Hey guys, what's up? This is Trickett. And yes, this is another edition of Wake Up with Trickett. And I salute each and every one of you amazing, exceptional people. Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. I know it's been a minute. A lot has happened in this short period of time. We just buried my brother, my only brother, Sunday. So I understand that death does not exist. So I understand that we only got rid of the shell, so to speak, like a caterpillar shedding its shell, because I know that's not him. I didn't even go to the wake because I didn't want to see that, have that image, and that being the last image of a shell that's lifeless, that had no one in it. Now, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just didn't want to go to the wake because of that. It's my only brother, so it wasn't like I've been through this before with another, brother. I have one brother, one sister, and now one's gone. And it's been it's been it's been a journey. It's been a journey because I miss him. I miss his presence. I miss knowing that if I drove down to the lake house, that I'm not going to see him. I'm not going to see him building. He built this incredible home that he took from a little shack, and now it's so huge. I don't know. It's like a compound. It's so big, and it has all the bells and whistles and all that good stuff in there. But I'm just I miss his presence. Him and my mom talking. Even us, have our conversation because we like to go deep. Guys. But you know what? I teach this, so I have to believe it. I teach this, so obviously there's going to come a day I have to be tested with it. I'm going to have to go through it, either in a negative state or a positive state. And I know my brother's in a better state, like Neville teaches us. He's in a better place. He's in a better state. And so we know there's no death. We know he's still alive. Not in this universe, his memories through us, but just out there in whatever universe he's at, wherever he went, he's fine. He's fine. And that's where I get my peace at, through meditation. Just dwelling on that, just knowing that, just having that relief of knowing that it's all good. And so there's an old hymn song that says, "It is well with my soul." So it is well with mine. And I'm sure in time, things will get easier. But I thank God for these teachings of Neville, which all come from him. Because I don't think if I didn't have it, I know for a fact if I didn't have it, I wouldn't have been able to handle it. I'd probably be a basket case, for sure. So I like how I was at least prepared, not knowing or even thinking nothing like that. He's only like 57. not even thinking nothing like that was going to happen. You know, I'm manifesting and visualizing and all this, doing all this other things for other people, my family, as well as for myself and whatnot. But I'm not thinking that through all of this growing that I'm doing. I'm not thinking that. I'm not thinking any of that's going to happen. I'm not thinking death is going to come knocking at the door. But death is not the death that we think of. And there's all through the Bible, you know, we hear of, look, when Jesus died on the cross, when he came back after 3 days, the Bible says the dead, the grave gave up their dead. The grave gave up their dead. Who knows how long these people have been dead for? Who knows how long? But the grave gave up their dead. That means flesh restored, eyes restored, sockets restored, everything restored, lungs, breath, everything. Memory, mind. And the Bible says that they walked the earth. And then also when it speaks about when Jesus was on the cross with the two thieves, there was two thieves beside him, and to the left, to the right of him, and they were both thieves, both caught for thieving, but Jesus was the only innocent one. And so, you know, one of the thieves turned to Jesus and he asked him for forgiveness and whatnot, and acknowledged that he knew that he wasn't, you know, he hasn't done anything wrong and whatnot to be up here with them. And Jesus told him, today, not tomorrow. He said, today you will be with me in paradise. There is no death. There is no death. There's no death. In the Bible, God says, absent from the body, present with the Lord. There is no death. None whatsoever. It's just an absence, a missing, an emptiness, if you will, of that individual. Or the, you know, whoever they may be. Because you've built emotions and you have attachments and memories and things of that nature. But life goes on for my brother and for all those who quote unquote passed away. And life also goes on for us, for you and for me. It goes on, and it goes on with a smile. No matter how things may seem, no matter how difficult it may be, it still goes on with a smile. We still carry good energy. We still stay positive. We have our moments, but they're only moments. Where it used to be a lifestyle, or days or months or weeks like that. It's only a moment, if that. So there is no death. Everyone that was ever created is still alive and well right now, because there is no death. Even the Bible tells us Jesus, once again, Jesus, when he was on the cross and he had died, they said, although he was dead in the flesh, he was alive in the spirit, preaching to the spirits in prison from the days of Noah. No death. Looked like he was dead. Thought he was probably in a tomb. But the Bible says he was alive in the spirit. He was only dead in the flesh. It's only a suit. He was still alive because the suit is not who you are. It's your second identity. Your first identity is spirit. It's God's spirit. It's the I am that I am in you, which simply means anything that you attach I am to, you become. So you don't die. We do go to a different reality. There's another story of a man in, there's another Bible story of Lazarus and the rich man. Lazarus was a poor man, and obviously the other guy was a rich man. And in this story, it's the only story that they talk about someone going to hell. But when they both died, the rich man went to hell. Lazarus, he went to Abraham's bosom, which people translate could be, you know, like paradise, a place of peace, a holding place, but a good place. And we know it's a good place because the rich man in heaven was, in hell, excuse me, the rich man in hell was saying how he wanted to go back and tell his brothers so they wouldn't come. And he said, no, you can't. And then he said, well, can I go over there where Lazarus is? Because he seen it was so much better where he was living at. And he said, no, you can't. There's this big gulf in between us, and he can't go over there to you, and you can't come over here to us or to him. And then at the end, when all failed, he said, then can I have some water for the tip of my tongue? Which in the Bible, water indicates the word. So what you were rejecting when you were alive, he was like, hey, let me hear what you got to say. And the story kind of fades out right there. But what I'm trying to say is, look, once again, hell. Here's a man in hell, but where's the screaming? Ah! Where's the agony? Where's all that crazy fairy tale stuff that we were told? Where's the devil and his pitchfork and the two horns and all this crazy, just crazy, horrible programming that we all bought into at one point in time? It just doesn't make sense. The man's in hell talking. He wasn't crying. He wasn't begging. Nothing. You know why? Because hell is earth. All he did was just go through. He just went through it again, like Neville teaches us. He was alive, guys. You can read the story. And there's multiple realities. Why? Because he was in hell and Lazarus was in his good place. That's what Abraham said. And you can't go over there and he can't come over to you. So, hello? I mean, we've been lied to, bamboozled, bewitched, and all kinds of crazy stuff due to lack of knowledge. And we've just been programmed. And not purposely all the time, because the people that programmed us thought they were probably really doing the right thing. It just ended up being a bad program in some areas. I'm not saying all areas. But hell, no. We are in hell. Hell, all the pain, all the sorrow here. Even in the Bible, God says that that where there's strife and arguing, every evil is there. Every evil. I think that's in the book of James. Every evil, every kind of evil. I don't even know what every kind of evil is. But if God, the creator, the I am that I am, says every kind, and then that's just, wow. So that's why we have pain and suffering. No matter how much money you have, you still go through all the pain and suffering. No one gets away with it. No one's greater than the master. He went through it, so we go through it. I understand it was a state. I understand the Bible is all states. But then again, those states are there for our learning and teaching, because we're going to go through those states. That's why every state is occupied. There's not a state that's not occupied, good or bad, evil or non-evil. Every single state is occupied. So, that being said, guys, hell is just relocating back in another reality, because the man in the Bible was speaking, was talking. It was none of the brimstone and hellfire that has been preached in these churches. And they don't even preach that no more. But it wasn't that, though. They don't understand that all the hellfire and the garnishing of teeth and the screaming and the anguish is here. We all suffer that here. Haven't you been lied to? Haven't you been hurt? Haven't your heart been haven't you felt like your heart's been ripped out? Of course you have. Haven't you had no sleep? Haven't you had misery, anguish, torment even at times? You can't take it. You've been at your wit's end. How much longer? People don't understand what I'm going through. They don't understand who I am, what's going on. Yeah, where's the peace at? Where's the harmonious living in any of that? There isn't. But let me tell you something, guys. One of the good things is, and my brother had mentioned this in his own funeral, because the preacher read his email, which was a beautiful email. And it was amazing because my brother preached his own funeral. All he did was just read his email, and they were my brother's words, and that was like the sermon, the message. You know, I said something, my dad said something, but that was the main message. And he preached his own funeral. And at the end of it, the beauty of all this, all your suffering, all your heartache, if you hang in there and you believe and you don't doubt, and you can see yourself already at the other end, already back here saying, I made it. God in the Bible, and my brother had quoted this, he says, he will turn your beauty. He will turn your ashes. He will give you beauty for ashes. There it is. God said for all your suffering, which are your ashes, your pain, your torment, your bad days, he says, in time, I will give you beauty for ashes. And so, guys, I just want to leave that with you today. No matter what we're going through, who we may lose in this reality, we know they're alive. All the different descriptions I gave you prove that they're alive. And if anyone has any comments, come on, please, let me hear them. Stop hiding behind the shadows. That's not going to help. Let's hear it. We're all going through something. We've all had a death. And we've all had to deal with it some kind of way and get through it some kind of way. All of us. And some did well and some did better than others. So, tell me your story. Let me hear what you've been through. Give me a thumbs up if this resonated. Tell someone about my videos. Nevertheless, guys, you guys are all amazing. No matter what you're going through, you will receive beauty for your ashes, because you're all wonderful. And this is Trickett with Wake Up with Trickett. Bam! Take care, guys.